Yeah, yo, what's up with you? Yeah, yo. Shit, man. Went out, went around town a little bit, yo. My car been in the shop for a minute. Got to jump back out for some repairs and shit. So I had like some free moments to get on out and see what's going on and stuff. So decided to go on out to the where I went to. I was gonna go to Fogo de Chao, but I decided not to, y'all. Um, just drove past the joint. I got inside before he made that joint. They got me like a couple Red Bulls and shit. I was like, oh yeah, I'm good on that shit. I had all my vitamins and shit. I wasn't sweating it, yo. I mean, it would have been it probably would have been nice to go on out there this day. It would have been get out there and check the scene, but I've done it so many times before. I was like, let me just keep on enjoying myself. By that time, the hunger, what you feel as hunger is nothing more than your body just reaching out for energy. So there's different ways you can get that energy. It's not just through eating. You can have a beverage that has what you need in it that can get you going. So and realistically, it's all about getting familiar about your body. Getting to know your body. Not just going off of what somebody done told you that your shit's supposed to be, but really thinking about that shit. Put water on, I've been sitting up in the front, and some goddamn, and some roasted chicken. I had that sitting up in the pie. I was sitting up in that jump since last week. That food just sit up in that refrigerator. I've been having smoothies and stuff, so pretty much been fasting. That's what I like to do and stuff throughout the week. Is always get some fasting going on, but pretty much every day is at least 12 hours every day. I mean, there ain't no special event. That's just the natural time span between meals that I know have, like large meals. It doesn't mean I'm not having nutrition throughout the day. Instead, I'm not eating large meals 3 times a day, and not even really once a day. I mean, twice a day. I probably have some, get out of work or something like that or whatever. By that time, I ain't had no breakfast or something. I don't do that shit all the time. I just have my herbs and all that stuff I need and just get the booking. Stay probably hydrated with my, have my minerals and the magnesium. I got all that good in there. You get all the stuff you need, all the proper fuel you need to get the body going. So that's what I'm getting. So, and for the average person, they may not be able to do what I do. You're going to have to train the body. You got to train the body. You got to allow yourself to have an experience, to learn, to retrain it. It's a process, alchemy. You're building yourself. It's not like that bitch ass shit say, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to build myself. No. That's, yeah. You do create resistance. Okay, yeah, you are thinking about it. But you're not doing it with the intention of really building yourself. And once you realize that, once you get to the thought of you, anything's possible. But you gotta get to the thought of you before any of that can manifest. That's all I'm saying. That's like the greatest riddle that's sitting in plain sight. That just like you chose to put on your drawers this morning, or you chose not to, it all started with a thought. Now that you know what a thought is, what about you? Think about it. How many times out there in the world there's somebody trying to make money off you? or they're in some professional environment, and it gotta be civil, ask you, how are you doing? How was your day? Ask about you. And if you honestly are clear about the shit, it'll be silence just like this. And you realize that if you start asking different people, even random people, when was the last time somebody asked about you? They may say no too. And then they may go ask somebody, and they may ask somebody. And we all realize that ain't nobody been asking about nobody, because don't nobody care. And then the funny thing is, once they start thinking about that, and they got back to the thought of them, they realized the whole time they ain't been thinking about themselves. They just been following feelings and emotions. And the identity that they created called who they think they are is a whole bunch of bullshit. And even that falls apart too. To get back to the thought of you, will require the death of the identity in person who you think you are. I'm talking about a spiritual death. That shit they try to sell in religion. This is what happens naturally with us humans when we get to a certain point in life of understanding. We evolve. And you got all these people out here in the world looking at people. They want their spiritual leaders, their gurus, or whatever the fuck they want, to give you a whole bunch of words and definitions to get you away from your natural human evolution. You would have been there. You was already there when you were born as a child, free in the mind, intelligent, ready to go, fierce, until some dumb fucking nigga, a nigga ain't got shit to do with color. We're talking about positive or negative. Nigga. That means you ain't ascending. You ain't with your cross, you see. Plus sign, or just the plain sign of a human. Plus. Guess you're not really a human, are you? If you're not ascending. But you are light manifested, but not elevated. So, Israel. You thought it was just a country? Mind, spirit, elevated. Your body. Talking about your natural human evolution. And you got people out there that will be happy to take your money to teach you a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But I can tell you 3 simple things right now that you can fucking do that open your body up, your mind up naturally. And all you got to do is just be you after that. After you master 3 simple things, then you get out there and you become the master of yourself. No Masonic temple, unless you choose to. Don't have to become a Rosicrucian, unless you choose to. I'm a Rosicrucian. You don't have to see what those traditional Martinists are doing. I'm a traditional Martinist. I'm just doing my thing. I collect, they send me monographs every month. I pay little dues and stuff. And honestly, I'm a student of the world. So, and when in the early process, when I did that, my mind was already starting to become open. And I already coming to the revelation that all these people out here, my ancestors and who I'm blood related to, it connects. All the dots synchronized, all the dots connected. And now the mystery of trying to figure out who you are, it illuminates. Think about this, man. You ever wonder why you do your ancestry? Okay. You do your DNA thing, and you can only go back but so far. Not so much that they didn't have records and stuff, but when did civilization restart? Probably somewhere around those founded dates you see on your buildings. When did civilization reboot? You ever wonder why folks that grew up in the cities, why there were so many vacant homes? Why was so many homes everywhere? Vacant, abandoned. But then where were the people? You may have heard that some people, they moved out to the suburbs. And you say, oh, the suburbs, they're out there, but cities can hold far more people. What happened to the people? Such beautiful cities just sitting abandoned. So the truth has been in plain sight the whole time. That here in this simulation, we are the inheritors of the old world. The future is already now. All your advanced technology that you have out now is old shit. The only thing new is your thought right now. Or is it? The only thing that you can control is what you do right now. Now, whatever you decide to do in your life, just know that right now is the first step. And when you're in the now, this moment, and don't have your head buried in the past, we actually should be learning from it. You don't have your head buried up there, what may come. You're not there. You're right here and now. And in the here and now is your reality. And what you're going to do about it. You're worrying about kings. You're worrying about queens. You're worried about presidents, first ladies. Cut all the bullshit out of it. You're worrying about another human and their job and their titles. But what about your job of tending to yourself and your title as human? What about you rising to your own occasion and taking the head of your own destiny? Although it's your thought.